We have big news. We have exciting news for you. Tell them what it is, Serena.
We are super excited to announce that we are starting our first membership this January 2024.
Yay! Membership.
So we're excited to let you know that we will be hosting a monthly membership where when you join, you will be
with us live in a Zoom room once a month for a workshop like we just hosted. It's going to be a workshop like that, one topic each month, a different topic. You might even help us come up with the following month's topic from inside our membership. Super excited to meet you. It was so fun meeting a few of you in our inaugural workshop. So we're really looking forward to that.
And when you are a member, you will also be receiving a monthly newsletter where I'm going to be a little more intimate and I'll be sharing the things that are working and the things that aren't working for me.
Yeah, like taking a tool that you've learned from the podcast and how you're implementing it and how well that worked, or maybe if it didn't work. And then Amma can put in my 2 bits worth. We'll see how that goes. But a membership newsletter and a membership live Zoom room workshop starting in January 2024. Can sign up through our Patreon link in the show notes, yeah?
Yes, everything will be in the show notes, and we can't wait to see you there, listeners.
We can't wait. Yay!
Happy Family Fun Friday, mamas, dadas, kids, all of our family members.
Yay! Okay, to start off today, I have to tell you a really fun story. I went for a walk last week, as I do, with the little guy in my care, and I got so excited. And when I came home, Serena and I had our meeting, and I said, first thing in our meeting, I said, I'm so excited. I saw pussy willows today. And that's exactly what happened. Serena started laughing. She's like, what? And I'm like, the pussy willows are coming. The pussy willows are coming. And I don't know about you guys and where you live in the world, if you even have pussy willows growing near you. But our darling Serena had never heard of a pussy willow, and that shocked and dismayed Amma. So we're going to talk about pussy willows today a little bit.
And if you're laughing, you're not alone.
And if you could just see Serena's face right now, like she just cannot stop laughing. It's really sweet. And I think it's because when I say the word pussy, she doesn't think of kitty cat. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But what I am going to do is share with you a couple of poems. Instead of a song today, we're going to share poems. And I want to say, remember the episode about, it's called A Million Reasons Why We Should Be Talking to Our Babies. And in there, I tell you that singing with our children and saying nursery rhymes with our children, and also different kinds of poetry with our children, are brain food. And our children's brains grow 3 times the size in the first 3 years. We need to feed those brains. So poetry is one really great way to feed the brain.
Yes.
For all of us, and with those growing brains for our babies and our infants and our toddlers and our preschoolers and our school-age children. So I remember learning this song in kindergarten. I'm sorry, this poem in kindergarten. And it goes like this. I know a little pussy. Her coat is silver gray. She lives down in the meadow, not very far away. Though she is a pussy, she'll never be a cat because she is a pussy willow. Now, what do you think of that? And I just love that poem. Whenever I see the pussy willows, I think of that poem. And this is another poem that's lovely. Oh, but tell them what happened today on your walk, Serena.
Yeah, I was gonna wait until you were done with your poems, but I did want to share what happened. So after I finished my laughing, and I couldn't stop laughing, but we moved past it, and you just kept saying how soft they look and they're so fluffy and they're so pretty. So today we went to the garden. There's a community garden close to my house. So I took the kids there, and I saw these buds and I was like, oh my gosh, they look so soft. So I went over and I was touching them, and I'm like, "Ah, this has to be the one that almost was talking about. Oh my gosh, what are they called? What are they called?" Oh, I'm not going to tell you what I thought they were called, but
The words that came to her mind were not the words that they're called, Pussy Willow.
but then a lady passed by walking her dog, and she saw me and the kids, touching these buds, and she was like, "Oh, the pussy willows are so beautiful, aren't they?" And I was like, "Oh yes, that's what it's called." And but that moment just felt so aligned with
Mhm.
what we're doing here, and it was just such a beautiful moment. And I was amazed because I was just sitting there looking at the rings and the trunks of the tree. They have like tree stumps, and I was just admiring the nature, as we always try to talk about. and
Mhm.
and then I noticed those furry little buds, and they really are beautiful and very soft.
They're so soft. So for those of you like Serena who don't know what they are, like Serena was, now she knows. But the description is on the bare twig of the branches, you will see little buds poking out, and the ones that are fully out are silvery gray and soft,
Mhm.
like a kitten's fur. That's
Yeah.
why they got named Pussy Willows, because it's like so, so soft. And so this next poem is a perfect one for your little ones when they're just learning about Pussy Willows too. So you could do this. You pick a little branch off the Pussy Willow tree, and then you say, "Close your eyes and do not peek, and I'll rub spring across your cheek, smooth as satin, soft and sleek. Close your eyes and do not peek." And then
Hmm.
just rub that pussy willow gently on their cheek. And they'll want to do it back to you as well. That's the nice part, too. And so that's actually the main activity I wanted to offer you for this weekend is to go outside as a family on a nature walk. I mean, we're hoping that you do this on the daily. And if you don't, for whatever reasons, please go out once a weekend and start today, start tomorrow, start this weekend. If you haven't been for a walk for a while, dress appropriately for the weather and get out there. The thing where we live, obviously where Serena lives on the east coast of the north part of the USA, I'm on the southern west coast of Canada. We're in a similar climate kind of zone. Spring is just beginning to show itself. You have to look carefully, but you could go on a treasure hunt with your children. Let's see how many different kinds of buds we can find. And they might be pussy willows. They might be little buds poking out on different kinds of branches on the trees. And once you start noticing, you'll notice that they have a different sort of tone of color, or they have a different kind of shape. Like the shape of a maple bud is very different than the shape of a willow bud, which is different again from the shape of an alder or a cottonwood bud. They're all really, really different shapes and sizes and textures. Cottonwood buds are sticky when you touch them. Pussy willows, as we've heard, are very soft and smooth and furry. So that's the main activity that I want you to do. A really sweet art activity. Very, very simple. Construction paper, brown crayons or felt pens, and cotton balls and glue. You want to tear those cotton balls into smaller pieces, little bits, roll them up in your fingertips, and draw some twigs on your paper. And then the children can glue their cotton ball pussy willows onto their twigs that they've drawn on their paper.
So cute.
Very simple, very sweet, and they'll look gorgeous up on your wall or on your fridge. And then for a book, I found Pussy Willow by Margaret Wise Brown, which I've never read, and I was so excited to find it. Serena can attest.
Yes, she was. Yes.
I was like, oh, Pussy Willow by Margaret Wise Brown. And it looks like it's out of print, and so it's only available at online at various places online if you can find it. I'm going to order it, so please don't get there ahead of me. And but instead of something very specific to Pussy Willows, I wanted to encourage you, if you don't already own a copy, I want you to find a copy of a Mother Goose nursery rhyme book. And if you don't have that, please go and find one at a bookstore, at a thrift shop. I don't care. They're all over the place. Some of the like the illustrations, find one that you love, because there are many different ones. Of course, I'd go for a vintage kind of one. And just start reading. A lot of nursery rhymes are very short, like these poems. Very short, very fun to remember. Hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran up the clock struck 1, the mouse ran down, hickory dickory dock. Nursery rhyme. We know a lot of them, and we don't realize that that's necessarily what they are, but they're really good for our growing our children's, giving our children's brains that superfood. Okay,
Yes.
so that's the book idea for this weekend.
All right. Thank you, Amma, and thank you, Nurturing Parents, for joining us. And we hope you have a beautiful weekend and enjoy your nature walks.
Yay, we love you.
Love you.
Bye.